So, I just had the worst possible way of waking up this morning. My neighbor came over this afternoon, so I'm trying to do this before it gets dark. Yeah, so this is the riverbed where I'm at now. Obviously it runs dry in summer, the river, but it's a perfectly shaded spot for little plants and things like that, so that's why I'm putting my seedlings over here. They're protected from the brutal Portuguese summer sun, and yeah, they get time here to germinate before I put them out on the field. So yeah, that's done. We're getting ready for the winter garden. So I got a whole bunch onions seeded, and then a whole bunch of brassicas, cabbages, broccoli, cauliflower, things like that. So a lot of winter vegetables. And in about 1 month, I think I will try to do some more direct seeding into the soil. Things like peas and beans for next spring, but you already start sowing them now, so you get a harvest in early spring. And then carrots and chard and things like that. I might do some direct seeding in a month when the weather is cooled down, because now it's still just too hot during the day for little seedlings. So that's why they're good over here. Yeah, against the bank in the shade. These ones will be doing fine as long if I keep them watered. So yeah, looking forward. I think from now on, I want to get more and more and more production in the garden. Yeah, you can almost grow here certain vegetables like year round, even through winter. You can still sow carrots here in winter apparently, and beetroot and a lot of stuff. So I'm thinking to maybe try and grow some excess vegetables this year, and yeah, we will see if it works or not. And if I have excess vegetables, then I might try and sell some on the local market here to get a little bit of extra income. But we will see, little by little, first for myself and then whatever is left over. But that's why I'm sowing quite a lot of each vegetable. I don't just do like 10 cauliflowers or 10 broccolis or whatever. I immediately do a whole tray of like 75 or 100 or 150, so that I have enough at least for myself, and then if there's more, then I can try and sell it. I need to plant out these little plants. This is some basilicum. Yeah, they need to go into the soil if I still want something out of them this year. And this is chard, green chard, Swiss chard, or no, not Swiss chard, just curly kale. This is curly kale. So yeah, these need to be put out and yeah, go into the garden. And that's probably gonna be a job for tomorrow evening. So I just had the worst possible way of waking up this morning. My neighbor called to tell me his dogs escaped, and they're known for not behaving very well. Yeah, I immediately went to go and check on my sheep, and it's not good. Still have these two, but over here I'm not gonna show it to you too close because it's not nice anyway. Lambs are being attacked. Two of them are dead. The one over there is still alive, but yeah, as you can see, I got a knife with me for this one and this one. They're still alive, but they're not gonna make it. They're in shock and they have big biting wounds. So yeah, I give up on the sheep for now. There's no point in me keep trying doing this. There are absolutely no point. I keep losing my animals to dogs or to attacks. If I think it's probably the same dogs who attacked my previous lambs. I have no proof of it, but now I know for sure it's them. Still have these two. I will keep the two, but I don't know, guys. I give fucking up. I'm losing my mind with this. So it's barely been like 3 weeks since I got these little lambs from my neighbors. They were so lovely. I really love them a lot, but yeah, couldn't be. And prior to that, like 3 months ago, I also lost 2 lambs and another sheep, probably also from the same dogs. So yeah, yesterday I didn't really film anything, but yeah. So after I discovered the lambs, um, I took the last two out of their misery, and then my neighbor Vera came over to help me, and together we skinned and cleaned all the lambs, and yeah, I put all the meat in the freezer, and now today I'm trying to recover these skins and yeah, make some hides with it. So that's the plan. I've been defleshing all afternoon and I'm a bit sick of it. It's a disgusting job. It stinks. There's a lot of flies. It's just not the time of year to do these kind of things around here, but if you're forced to it, there's not much. It would be a pity to just let everything go to waste, so just trying to make the most of it, and hopefully these hides will be worth something. Ah, I'm almost there. It's the last bit. uh, then I need to salt them, store them in salt for a while, and then yeah, flesh them again and put some egg yolk for tanning on it, and hopefully I get some good hides out of this. This one is a bit I don't know, a lot of holes in it, and yeah, because it's the last one, it already, because it's so hot here, it already has a few dry spots like here, so the salt won't have much effect on it anymore. I don't know what it will do in the long term, but we will see. It's not the best height. Yeah, they were still very young, so you can see gonna be a lot of holes in it and not very thick wool, but we will see what it gives. I'm gonna let it dry for a bit. Let the wool dry for a bit and then I'm gonna salt it. The other trees are already salted. these ones here at the end, they're ready. I think tomorrow I need to blanch them in salt water just for a few minutes in about 5% salt water, and then let them dry again for a day, and then they should be ready. I think some of them already are gonna be too dry, to be honest. But yeah, we will see. They're pretty good. The small ones will be too dry. The big ones are perfect. So I'm just gonna quickly turn them one more time, and then tomorrow I'll blanch them. Like these ones are not gonna be good. It's for Idna. So last year I dried them for 9 days. This is only now day 7 and they're already very dry. So I think yeah, I will have to look into what's the perfect amount of days. This one is quite good, still chewy. I love them. So these ones are now 7 days drying, and these ones 5 days. So, or no, 4 days. So I'm gonna turn them all also, and then let them dry one more day, and I will see after that day how dry they are already, whether I boil them in the salt water or if I wait another day. Yeah, because when they're too dry, they're just too hard really to eat. These are still quite green on the back side, so they will probably still need a full day of sun. It is also a bit warmer than last year this time of year. And last year, I think when I was drying my figs, we also started to get some rains. And this year it's still very dry, so well, the humidity will definitely play a big factor in this. So yeah, I just need to keep a closer eye on them. But these ones are looking pretty good. And there's another batch ready for turning. And somebody else here is a little bit crazy from the figs. Idna loves them. Not too much, Idna. Just a few. think I will have to move my seedlings into a bit more of sun. They're starting to stretch too much, as you can see, but the germination is pretty good. And yeah, because of all the stuff happening this week, I haven't been able yet to plant these out, but I'm about to do it now. So yeah, we're gonna plant out some curly kale. First, I'm gonna trim these leeks. Yeah, all these shoots, they're about 10 centimeter long now, and I'm just gonna take the scissors and chop them off in the middle. So what that will do is that will make these plants much stronger, and they're gonna grow out not taller but bigger. So, and that's what we want, chunky leeks, not small, long. So yeah, basically giving this whole tray a little haircut. You can do this also with onions. So yeah, I'm gonna plant these out. These nice, healthy looking curly kale plants. Maybe I divide some of them in two, so about 30 to plant out. I think I will just make a long row here. So this part of the garden has much more sun exposure. So for a winter garden, that's great. I will need more sun. The other side of the garden over there has much less sun, but for summer that's quite good. But I think for winter there will be too little sun over there. So most of the vegetables that I'm gonna grow in winter time will be grown on this side of the garden. Voila. Still a healthy looking root system. So yeah, that's the curly kale planted. Yeah, I think that's about it for this week's video. Just like last week, it's not very, I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, just a bunch of bad luck with the sheep. I tried to keep my head up and just think about all the stuff that I need to do and want to do, and yeah, it's just been a hard week with with losing the lambs and then having to put off everything that I was planning to do because I wanted to save the meat from the lambs and the skins and all that. It took 2 days of work basically to sort everything out, and then also I had a few days of work on other places for other people. So yeah, well, it was a limited amount of time I had here on the farm, and yeah, I put off like this planting and a whole bunch of things, and I just hope in the coming weeks I can start to pick up everything again, and yeah, that the bad luck is done, and just onward and forward from now on. Yeah, I mean, I also have reasonably good news. Rowan, my dog, Rowan. Um, yeah, she's doing pretty good. The vet said to me 2 weeks ago that it was a matter of few days probably before she would die. We're 2 weeks on and she's still fine. She still struggles to pee a little bit, but that's about it. She eats well, she walks around, she plays, and she's tough and she's not planning to give up anytime soon, which I'm really grateful about. And yeah, just need to keep thinking positive and go forward with life. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this week's video. It was a bit chaotic, but at least to me it was a bit of a chaotic week. I don't know if it's gonna be like that in the editing as well, but yeah, I feel like I think I didn't film everything, and maybe let out some steps of the stuff that I did, but it is what it is. And yeah, like I said, hopefully positive things are now coming again, and I can leave this chapter behind. I don't know what I'm gonna do sheep wise, but I need to think about it. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching and see you guys soon. Peace.
Mhm.